special episode of Bubblegum Connect. I'm Money Badoo, and with me is my best friend Sauwcy. And we're gonna interview each other. So let's go.
So, since a lot of people don't know that we are actually best friends, could you maybe tell people how that came about before the actual music? And just tell them.
Well, I took her Instagram selfie in the loft.
She did.
And then Sauce DM'd me. And I was like, where do you stay, yo? We followed each other though for a while because I was just like, who's this fire-ass mommy? And then we just followed each other, and she asked me where do I stay in the DMs, and I was like, yo, I stay here. She was like, yo, me too. I was like, what? That never happened ever in life. It's never happened to me ever again also from that moment. And then we met on the second floor, and it never ever, we never ever stopped seeing each other. I think we've seen each other for maybe longer than 2 weeks. 2 weeks is the longest we've been apart ever since.
Only because maybe I was like in
Durban or something. But we've never ever stopped seeing each other ever since then. And not even a year later, maybe like 8 months into that friendship, we decided I was like, yo, Sauce, I got something to tell you. I never told anybody this, but I wanted to tell you. And I was like, yo, I've been writing some raps, I've been doing this. And she was like, yo,
me too.
And I was so scared because I never told anybody. And there was just something about you that just made me feel like, because we were already so close about everything, you know what I mean? And almost felt like we stayed together because we literally met and were staying in the same building.
First floor, second floor. I mean, it just made sense.
It just made sense. But yeah, I have a question for you. What made you realize that music was the thing that you wanted to do?
So for the longest time, I think even as a kid, I knew I wanted to do music and I wanted to be within that industry. I just never knew how an Indian female that was not accustomed to that life would fit into that industry. So I think I just let it slide for like the longest time until like my matric year, and by that time I was already like writing music and doing my thing, dabbling on the low. Until matric came, and Where's Gang, one of our really close friends, a group of them actually, they were doing their thing, like they were busy rapping, freestyling, at school, all of that. I was like, I could body that, bro. Like I thought it in my head, I was like, I can do this. I went home and I proper wrote a 16 bar, and I was like, actually I could do this. And then the more I practiced just out of passion, I just kept getting better. And then obviously after we met and we both decided that gonna go full force, there's something we want to do, that's when I knew for sure, when we had made that decision together, that I knew this is it for us. It's all either go all the way or do none at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we've come pretty far, from where we started. From being video vixens to working in the club, to doing promotional work, and now
hustling.
Really just hustling, and we've finally been taken serious by our fellow artists and the industry in general.
We'll see how much we've cultivated it.
And become pioneers of our lane and what we do. How do you feel? What do you think about it? How do you feel at this point? Do you feel like we're good?
Yeah.
Our future looking bright?
The future looking hella bright. I'm blinded myself.
There's that energy.
I think that right now, actually just seeing how far we come, because I think for us it's even beyond the fact that we've been in the industry and seen it from different ways. It's like thinking back to the days when we used to make outfits being plastic and fur and bodysuits and stuff that I still till today don't see anybody doing, So it's coming from always being just those different kids, we were always just okay with being different, and we wanted to be different, we wanted to stand out. That's what we wanted to do. And we've seen literally before our eyes how the culture went from being so scared for us to even do anything different, and not just being jeans and Stanleys and whatever, you know what I mean, but actually be completely different. Even if people thought you out here a prostitute was like, yeah, babes, I'm my baby
Yeah.
self, of course. You know what I mean? So I think to come where to be where we're at right now, it's just like so much affirmation, you know? It's like, yeah, we're meant to be
We
there.
did this.
So I'm just so excited for us to actually take it to the next level, you know? Have like all the resources that we deserve to actually do the things. Because right now, like a lot of, like, I think people know, but like I don't actually think they acknowledge the fact that every single thing we've done, even to get to this point, has been self-made. Like we're self-made, and we've stuck together, and like no matter what, like outside of everything, it's also been how we treat each other and the respect that we have, and for everybody around us that's gotten us so far. So I'm so excited. Like, I think this is only the beginning, number one. For us, we used to be to the party. Do you remember getting up on that stage in fur jackets?
Oh my God, we were literally at
To YouTube beats.
a family function. I'm not gonna call it a family function, but it's Eldo's Jazz Fest.
All those jazz fans, boy.
In-
First time we ever performed.
Elastic bodysuit.
And we didn't go to Mac
fur
Miller
coat.
because it was our first performance ever. So we said we're not going to Mac Miller, we're going to our
Mac
first
is looking at us
performance.
like, y'all did that.
Y'all did that. But yeah, that was so exciting.
Amen.
So think about that, and think about like even just last year, like after COVID, facing like getting back into the performing and being so scared to even perform because you don't know what's happening.
Yep.
And like us starting mosh pits, and you know, like to get from there to right now where we're at, it's just so amazing. It's just so much affirmation that like
A blessing.
we're headed to the top. I can't wait to be in like other countries with you and like have people around the world singing back our music. Like, oh, I got chilled. But yeah. So let me ask you something spicy.
Oh my God, that's so.
What's your favorite song on MK Ultra?
Oh my God, I can never pick. I'm gonna start off with like, I'm gonna say Slay the Night. Slay the Night, because I mean, it was our first song that we started off. We didn't even know it was gonna turn into a tape, and then when you dropped that verse, it just brought something so different to that beat in general, and you know, the hook, everything just fit so perfectly. So everything that came after that was just so amazing. I guess after Slay the Night, sorry, I have like all of them are my favorites, but I'm gonna give you like maybe the
The
top,
reason why.
you know, like a top three, Niana.
Okay.
So Slay the Night, and then Alive. Definitely Alive, because Alive speaks on a lot of stuff that we've been through, and like a lot of current topics.
Fighting to literally be
And
alive.
Alive, yeah. And you know, even that music video, we had done that music video during lockdown, still like deep level 5 lockdown, but all we knew is that even though work had stopped, cash flow had stopped, no life stopped, a lot of it was depressing. So for us to just
Face that.
face it head first and just do what we did,
Was amazing.
it was such a blessing to be, you know, a part of that and get it done the way we did. So after Live, and then third but not least would most definitely be Lobby. Because that was also another challenge for us.
We literally recorded that the day after Cotton Fest. I always think about it, and Alive is also so special to us because it's the first time that you moved out on your own, and we shot the music video there.
Yeah.
And the second fest shot Lil B there. So I was like, things are so connected for us. We're so blessed.
This is so organic.
Yeah, but those are my top. You know what? Let me tell you, Slay the Night, okay?
Yeah.
But I just kind of go Do or Die. Also, I feel like it's so underrated. I feel like
Do
all
or
the
Die
songs,
is underrated.
yeah, I feel like I can't wait for them to actually listen back. I feel like it's something that's gonna age well. I feel like MCOP is gonna age so well. It's gonna be something that
Also,
we
the
look back
first joint tape for females in South Africa.
on. Genuinely, like in the trap scene, if like we did a thing
what I'm
there.
saying.
Okay.
It's iconic, guys. Come
is.
on. I mean, it might not be like that for somebody else, but for us,
Yeah.
we put so much work into it and just
100%.
so much thought.
Yeah. And through COVID.
Don't get me started on that one. So, since Lobby is our, third favorite, We are here. We're finally. So we never dropped a music video for the original version, but we do have.
A crazy music video.
That's out right now.
Yeah, Lil B the remix featuring Blackie.
You know what's going on.
Shout out to Mnyama.
Yeah, shout out for being so open to it and just no questions.
We love artists like
Yes,
Blackie,
so
who are just,
so willing.
yeah,
Like-
wholesome, hard work, authentic. Literally,
Correct
I think.
work ethic.
Yeah.
Also number one.
Where do you see our industry going in terms of new wave? Because you know that term is like, it's almost something we hate now because it's
becoming
like they don't get
saturated
it.
now.
Yeah. And it's almost like I feel like the commercial scene doesn't actually get what we're trying to do. You know, they're just trying to make us seem
like
to fit into their bracket. And it's like,
kids. I hate it so much because that's not what we're all about. We're actually a whole culture, you know, just like how hip hop is a culture, we are a culture as well. No, it's lifestyle, music, what we listen to, what we do, how we do it, our content, visuals, everything is next level, I would like to say, and that's really what we're pushing for in the hip hop community in South Africa right now. I feel like it's time that we allow something new, something different. I mean, just because we don't know it doesn't mean it's that's not what we want, and that's not acceptable. And because of those old norms and you know what society expects from you,
we're fighting for a lot.
That's why it's still so unacceptable. Like slowly but surely it's picking up. I mean, I have faith because this is what I do, this is what we do.
We'll make sure it's gonna be like
we don't have any other choice but to go forward with it and go
infiltrate.
Yeah, always infiltrate the system, guys. Always. Because the system was built
be against us,
and just keep you in that. Like for a colored girl and an Indian girl to be in hip hop right now and pushing an underrated I'm gonna say like sector of hip hop
genre where it feels like you're constantly compared to the world, but it's like we come from the age where we're exposed to the world. You know what I mean? We've come from so many, like just us, I mean, just being like late 90s kids. It's like, think about how many things you've been exposed to, MySpace, Mixit, and all of these things, and we come from
IG.
to right now. Do you know what I mean? So we've been exposed to the world, and even like with the pandemic, it's made the world so much smaller. And so how can we not then have art based of the things we've been exposed to, you know, the same way everybody else in the world is. So I think that it's such a big barrier to be like, this is our version of something, you know what I mean? This is our version of trap. This is not trying to be anything else besides authentic, you know, to our South African selves. You know, this is South African trap.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think we do have a long way to go, but it's nice to see that we're actually we're paving the way, you know? I don't think like 10 years from now it's going to be the same thing, you know? But also there's a lot of responsibility on us and then how we cultivate it. Not just about saying, yeah, we're doing this and this is it. It's like how we're doing it, you know? Because we're seeing like, we don't like when people say they're this and whatever, but when it comes down to it, it's like, are you actually cultivating the scene where females are on? You know what I mean? Yeah, there's 3 females on the list, but there's like 25 guys on the lineup, you know? Or there's not even a female at all on the lineup, and I feel like that should be something unacceptable in our hip-hop industry right now, because it's like, that's the only way for things to change, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be just brushed under the carpet and felt like, nah, but it's but girls don't, what? Like, there's no reason for you not to put a female on the line the same way you're putting guys on the line. There's no reason at all.
Exactly.
Because in the industry, there's so many more females that rap, that make hip-hop, trap, they do so many different things, you know? So many of us. You can't even fit one of them and you tell, there's no reason.
And you'd find that these are the same people that are putting themselves at the top and saying like, yeah, we are cultivating
runners of the new way.
We are that's not what it's about. Like, it's not about the cloud. It's about the you gotta think about it, guys. Like the message behind it and what we're trying to achieve. Like, we're not just trying to get on a stage and just jump around. You know, like we actually trying to create a blueprint for kids that's gonna come after us.
Yeah. where females feel like they're not just being objectified when they come to the turn up, where they feel there's a space for them to be heard, seen, and appreciated, you know?
Especially in hip hop.
Yeah, like I look up, like for me, like when especially when we go to events where there's a younger crowd, it's like almost like you can feel how they feel, you know? You can feel how they're almost shocked that there are so many of us that are here, you know what I mean? And it's not just, but we're not spoken about enough, you know? We're not appreciated enough, we're not getting the recognition that we deserve. It's because there's just, it's like, even if you're just putting on one, it's fine because there's one female. It shouldn't be that way. It should be like, if there's 10, there should be 10 females. If there's 10 guys, there should be 10 females. Period. You know why? This inequality thing, it just frustrates me so much.
Yeah, and like with us, if we speak about inequality,
our interviews turning into protest. Guys, we're so passionate about
that's
like
who we are, you know what I'm saying?
This is the stuff we talk about.
And
like,
every time we say
feel.
like inequality, it's not just the same for females, but we rep our females. That's what we're about. But it's not just for females. Like when we say equality, we mean equality. We are highly boxed. Like as females specifically, like it's different things when it comes to a brew. He can rap about whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants. You know, cuss all he wants, talk about whatever he wants. But when it comes to females, we need to say certain things and even to just get on radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about that?
The moment you talk about pussy, it's like, oh my god, how can a woman be talking about? And like, wait, what?
We can cuss.
No, this is ours though. It's mine to speak about. Like I can speak about it. It's mine to speak about. You know, I think it's a sad thing. You know, sometimes I feel like, damn, we go out of our way. You know what I mean? We like we like get into looks and look amazing and switch to like 50,000. And sometimes I'm like watching videos and I'm like, yo, Bruce have one t-shirt on, and then what I mean, and like it's just like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why there needs so much more of us. We want other females to understand like how appreciated and how much they do for the culture and how much we are. You know, like we're literally like trailblazing. You know, like we go so ham, we go through everything, go through so much, and also come with everything. We come with the looks and the confidence and you know, and it takes so much from us. So I think in terms of content, like females are on the top. I can name so many dope music videos that came out, like just besides Lil B or anything that we put together, like Benzo's, Kamikaze, Scullywood, Giddy Up, like insane, you know. And Of Like Lovers 5 EP project, she had literally a movie, you know. And like, I don't feel like these things are spoken about as much as everything else is being spoken about. You know what I mean? We're still like, hey, we're dropping. You know, it feels that way in the industry. You know, and I want to be like, hey, we're dropping.
Because it's never reciprocated the way it's meant to. You know, as much as we feel like, come on, put that shit on a billboard.
Like, are you seeing this?
Like, come on, like, you know, just at least just look at the work and listen to it, and before you judge. And people like that story of the kids go, y'all sound like Americans.
Proud.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Let's get into a little personal question. Let's leave our protesting for now. In terms of being a bad bitch, right? What is the one thing that makes you feel the most confident? Like, what's that one? I know lip gloss. What else? Like, it makes you feel like super confident.
Super confident when I can pull up with all my bitches and they doing their thing and they are confident in it, and I pull up with like my team. Okay, I'm not just gonna say bitches, you know, like pull up my team.
Even our bros know they're baddies.
Yeah, like all our people pull up with them and they know you're the shit and we know they're the shit. And whatever lane they are in, whether it's like, you know, like our team, like management, like Jules that's like producing and, you know, doing his music now. There's a lot. That's my confidence, to be honest. Like for me, pulling up with like all you guys, that's where my confidence comes from. And also knowing that I go hard with what I do in my craft. I go hard. Nobody can tell me nothing about it.
Yes, tell them. So cute.
That's it. So back to Lil B. I'm gonna give you something personal just now, but like back to Lil B. So how would you describe our creation process?
Very, very much organic, eh? Like we just go in tonight. That's, but I think like for me, like personally, my process is always like honing in on what I feel and not like what in the present moment. Like sometimes it'll be like what the beat's making me feel like, what am I hearing, what is it triggering, you know? Because I feel like we like to get like our authentic story out.
Yeah.
Like we won't just be like, oh, yo, we're gonna talk about baddies. Like it's never that way. And even when we're talking about baddies, we're almost talking about so many aspects of that, you know? Like it's always very multidimensional.
Actual life
you know?
situations, you know?
Actual, yeah, what it's like or the other side of it. So I think our creation process is really organic because there's no pressure on it. It's just like, let's come together, let's make what we make, let's do what we do.
Yeah. Trust and believe.
When you know you're there, it's easy though, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Sometimes we're like, I guess that's how Where They At came about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was chills like, where they at?
So Money, how would you describe your style?
Well, because fashion is something that I was for certain is gonna be something to do for the rest of my life. Before I ever got guts to like say music, fashion was something, you know, like I was like head on, like it's been something that's been a part of me ever since I can remember, you know, like a little, just as much as music. And so I think I went from like this crazy, like into, and I still want to go back there, but like it was this extraterrestrial. I don't think I really understood myself, and now where I'm at, I feel like it's more put together. I feel like my style is versatile, it's authentic, it's crazy, it's always money, and yeah, and it's always confident. Like I don't just wear clothes, I wear confidence, you know what I mean? I wear who I am, and like that's why when I put on a fit, it could be anything. I pull up in pajamas,
Yep.
and it's gonna be fire. You know what I mean? Because I am self-aware and I love who I am, and like I put it on and I'm like, yeah,
Just makes me feel good.
this makes me feel good. You know what I mean? So I think my style's more not so much about showing people, yo, I got this fashion sense more, and now it's more about just being like, what does money want to wear? What is money feeling today? What's money feel like showing to the world? You know? What about you, my soul spot?
So with me, it's most definitely the same thing. And when I had met you, you were, you know, within your fashion bag, and that really inspired me to be confident in what I want to do and what I was always envisioning but could never like put together because I never had that confidence. I never thought that. You know, it brings me back to just being this Indian girl, you know. Yeah, like it started off as simple as, you know, cutting something and turning it into what I actually wanted. And I guess from there, throughout all these years, I finally come to a point where I know what I want to look like, and I really don't give a shit about what the next person has to say about it. If it makes me happy, then that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just, you know, sometimes I can be super simple, sometimes I'm really out there, really just depending on my mood and what I want to look like and what I want to feel like on that day. So in some extent, you know, we have the same view on our fashion, but we've got to find ourselves and figure out what we like, and you know.
We're going back. We're coming back with it, boy.
Yeah, we really are.
No, wait for us to come and do. Hey, we warned them. They'll look back on us and they'll be like, we warned y'all.
Told y'all.
We're coming back with it. We're just raging for now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I gotta rage with the pants on.
Gotta rage your pants on.
And not an elastic bodysuit.
No. So what's next for Sauce the Boss and Money Badoo? What do you think?
Well, from what I know. So like, you know, we're still like busy dropping like visuals, which is the next step for MK Ultra. And then solo, I know you're working on some fire. Same.
Same, we're working on some.
You know, we're just trying to get like our solo sound out there and just push everything that we got like on our own, and because people already know that what we sound like and what we got to what we can bring to the table when it's us together, you know, which is
Fire.
a different brand even, you know, like a lot of people.
It is a different brand.
A lot of people don't you know, like really carve that. So we just want to show people that
we want to show them
who we are,
and who is Money Badoo. You know what I mean? Like that's what we want to show.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna come effortlessly. I'm so excited for the future of Sauwcy. I'm so excited for your soul project. I know I'm gonna be bumping it forever.
Girl, I'm so excited for your work. Oh my god, like everything was just so organic. Everything happened the way we said it was gonna happen, like a couple years back.
Bro.
And now,
manifested.
and that's how we know that a fire song is coming from Money and a fire song is coming from Sauwcy, you know. And when that drops, then you guys will understand that okay, just this is who they are. They must know.
They go
at this stage. That's really what it is.
I'm so excited, and I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for our journeys ahead in life and in music and in friendship and in sistership. And
love and just peace, love, light, all these good energies, guys.
All of them, we receive them. Thank you.
Thank you, God.
Yes, to being the baddest that we've always been, to the future of females in music, and to fighting for every single thing that we deserve and never giving up and always having each other's backs.
Yes, ma'am, and showing that this shit's possible, guys.
Yeah, you can be united. You can do things together. We actually need each other.
We need each other to do things. The big things that we say we want to do, we need each other. Like we gotta do this shit together.
Well, thank you, Sauwcy the boss.
Thank you, Miss Money Badoo.
Please say the bed. Yes, thank you so much. I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you.
An amazing, fruitful career. I wish you nothing but amazing blessings.
The best.
Can't wait to come together and make some even more banging.
Yes, right back at your babes.
Thank you so much. Shout out to Bubblegum Club. Thank you for having us.
Doing the most.
You can find me at Money Badoo World on IG and at Sauwcy _.
Yeah.
And at Bubblegum Club. Bad bitches only.